Hello guys. So, do y'all remember about the Sonic movie and how it changed video game movies in general? Well, what I thought that we could do today was rewrite the story of the first Sonic movie, but in the style of Memekid. So, without further ado, let's get going. So, it begins with Sonic running through green hills as he does. And then, wait, no, that's not how it should start. How it should start is the Paramount Pictures logo, it plays with the rings and stuff. But, in this Sonic movie logo should be a ring, because, there's rings. The rings are kind of just there. Anyway, so, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, the movie's starting now. The movie starts with baby Sonic running through Green Hill. And, I'm gonna be using this design instead of the original. Because, yes. Anyway, so, baby Sonic starts running through Green Hill. Like he did in the original first movie. And then he goes to Longclaw, and then Longclaw says, "I'm putting you up for adoption." And then he has to go through a ring because Longclaw's being shot not with bows, but with guns. And then Sonic is really bad. So Sonic goes on a quest. So then the movie starts, like the logo starts to kick in, and then we're met with Sonic just going on a rampage, just trying to find the man who killed him. And then he finds his best buddy Tails, and Tails says, "Oh hey, this dude killed your mother." And then Sonic's just like, "Whoa! Oh no! That's not good! We gotta go find the man who killed my mother! Also, that man looks like a Discord moderator!" So, then Sonic and Tails start running at the speed of light, trying to find this Eggman-looking dude. And then they find him. They find him just chilling at home, having a coffee with Scratch and Grounder. Sorry, I burped. Anyway, Scratch and Grounder like, "Eggman, there's somebody at the door!" And then Eggman goes and just like, "What the hell are you? I'm gonna destroy you because you look ugly!" So then he gets out his ship, and then they have to run. But then Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails the Fox start throwing rings everywhere. They have to start jumping through dimensions, and it's like super exhausting for them. So Sonic and Tails start a boss fight with Dr. Eggman, and Dr. Eggman, he stops, his ship stops working for a little bit, and then that fight scene from the first movie happens, but instead of Tom, it's Tails. And, basically, they do that, and then they keep running, and 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 then they go back to Earth, but they found Labyrinth Zone, and they're just like, "Whoa! It's Labyrinth Zone! Tails, we gotta jump in!" "But Sonic!" "Tails, my life is at risk, and so is yours! Let's go!" And then they just kind of jump into it, and then it's just like a water slide, and then they're screaming at the top of their lungs. It sounds like, "Ah!" And one of them hurts their toe. I don't know why, but they just hurt their toe. Anyway, so they're running through the maze that is the Labyrinth Zone. They're doing parkour, all that fancy stuff, and then it cuts to Eggman finding Knuckles, and then Knuckles is just like, Hey, let me punch Sonic. I want to kill him. So then, Eggman successfully finds Sonic's exact location, also known as his IP address, and then they start booking it toward that water temple thing. And then Sonic and Tails find the seven Chaos Emeralds, basically. And then Sonic and Tails are just like, whoa, what are these things? And then Tails suddenly realizes that they're like super old or something, I don't know. And then Tails is like, your mom left these things here for you. And Sonic's like, oh, that's nice. But then Sonic feels a rumbling in the ground, and then Knuckles is like, he punches Sonic, not in his nuts, but in his chin. And then Sonic is like super hurt. He's like, hey, that was not nice. And I was like, I don't really care. Give me the emeralds. No! And then Knuckles doesn't get the emerald. And basically, in a nutshell, it's kind of like when Swiper tries to rob Dora the Explorer, or what we would call it, mugging. Yeah, so basically, it's like those moments in Dora the Explorer where Swiper is trying to mug Dora and they successfully get him to stop without literally any effort. So then Knuckles is just like, hey, wait a minute, you tricked me! He says that to Sonic, not Eggman. So then they start fighting, and Tails is like, what is happening? And then Dr. Eggman is trying to shoot Tails with a gun, and Tails is like, oh! So then there's like just a bunch of blue, red, and yellow blurs just like everywhere. And Eggman doesn't know who to shoot, so he shoots Knuckles in one of his knuckles. But thankfully, Knuckles' gloves has armor on it, so Knuckles is still safe. And then afterward, Knuckles is like super peed off by what Eggman just did. So then he sucker punches Eggman in the face, and then they start booking it out of the temple. And then Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles realize that they could have just climbed and then did parkour on top. So yeah, they do it. They go back up, and then they go back to where they were. And then Eggman summons the Death Egg onto this planet. And then Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles had to run up the chain of the Death Egg. And then it's just like that. And then it's literally just the Death Egg level from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's literally just that. And then they're just like, oh no, it's Eggman! What do we do? He's trying to kill us! I'm gonna get squished! And then it looks like that they got squished, but then they get flashbanged by a pea-colored looking thing. And so basically what happens afterward is that Sonic goes supersonic, and then he's like, you're finished, Egg! And then Sonic is just like going through Eggman, making holes, and destroying the Death Egg at the same time, simultaneously. And then Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles go back to Earth successfully, and they're all just like, oh yeah, we did it! Yeah! Oh! And Knuckles becomes the goofy man we know and love today. But he's not goofy anymore. Oh yeah, he's more masculine than goofy. Because, people evolve, and they can turn into helicopters now. Anyway, so, yeah, that was my idea for Sonic 1. Paramount Pictures, you should have done this. Yeah, sure, the first movie was good, but yet again, you made that creature. So, yeah, that was Sonic the Hedgehog, my idea for Sonic the Hedgehog. And also, yeah, the post-credit scene is just the shadow one from Sonic 2. Anyway, goodbye.